Whoa! No! 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 Oh, thank you. Oh, come back. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, dude. Also, I know I cannot just crash out the Wi-Fi. Oh, but we're back to normal. Yeah, still connected to Wi-Fi, and it seems the bitrate stabilized. Hopefully, hopefully. I am running out of water. Oh damn. Okay, got our prompt. We send it. We're back with Wi-Fi. We're good. We're sane. We're alive. Do, 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 do. Have you developed any games? Ali CAD Pro? Ali, 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 Ali. Your issue is caused by the input mode and enhanced input mapping context not being properly restored after transitioning from the main menu level to day one. Yeah, sure. Pretty sure. Oh, that's because we're not getting the input change or like cold. Okay. Steps to fix in your map day one. In my map day one level blueprint, player pawn controller blueprint on event begin play. Oh, you know, a really tough thing is a YouTube video that shows you when the mouse is moving and when they're clicking. It's really useful. The next thing into that is freaking images with the little like arrows and sketches, you know. As but then at last you've got this manuals, manuals. And the other thing, freaking, let's hope this AI is freaking hallucinates, makes mistakes. So that could be interesting. There's no warning though that it can make mistakes. So I guess that's good. That's good. That's good. You map the one level blueprint or play upon controller blueprint on event begin play. And what the hell do I find event begin play? Oh my gosh. Event. Event. Oh my gosh. Oh. Let's see if we can find a video. That is not a video. Learn to link input and movement. Input and movement. We already linked input and movement though. Okay. We did that. That's how we move. Yeah, we did that. That's how I sent it to a sprite. Is this the same thing but with C++? I see blueprint stand to blank. Oh, dude, that. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. Damn. Yeah, dude, first I need to figure out how to do It's an engine. Just turn it. My gosh, my gosh, my gosh. Hmm. Or play a pawn. Hmm. Goodness me. Goodness me, goodness me, goodness me, goodness me. Um, um, um.
To open the level blueprint, and on the begin play, set view target. Okay. We want to get player controller, and then we want to set view target with blend. We'll play.
Hey,
And
what?
what I also want to do is turn off the exposure. I will create bound.
Don't tell me this guy did it.
Select exposure and put it to 1.
This guy did it at my solution, right?
A bit more spooky, like that. So now we press play. Oh, sorry, we forgot to do something. So inside of our main menu,
Mm-hmm. Set our main menu. Check all that. How do you call this one? GM. Right? I'm not sure. What is the. Do you have open this? No, it's gotta be this one, right? What is this?
sorry, we want to.
The community is online, not on your engine. Oh, I just read something. uh,
To open the level blueprint, and on the begin play, set view target. Oh, okay.
here.
After that, we want to go
Yes.
to the main menu level, and I will go to the Mixamo. I found some good animations that I want. I will go to character, download the character,
Mm-hmm.
main menu, and I will add it zombie here, and I'm gonna let him create his own animations. So now I'm gonna import animation, download it, and I'm gonna put on his skeleton. So now
I don't see anywhere though.
I mean we have animation, sorry.
That anywhere would you added a new node?
You can see.
Because if so, then what file are you opening?
And on the begin play, set view target.
Oh. Main menu. But that main menu is for the zombie, right? No use for us. It's no use for us.
Okay. We want to get player controller, and then we want to set view target with blend. We'll plug it to the gameplay. We can delete this. And for the camera, we'll go to the main menu.
Yeah. This is for the character.
And we're gonna
Well,
right click, create reference to the camera, and put it in. Blend time will be 0, and this should work perfect. So now if we press play, we have cute little animation. And with that being said, we can do a little bit more changes to our main menu, because I don't really like it being next to the ending. So I'm just gonna put it like this,
yeah.
and make it like this. So now, if we open our main menu, we have our main menu. Credits, I'm gonna do this in a different episode, because we don't have time. This video is
Yeah.
long. So if we press play, we're gonna open our level. And if we press quit, we're gonna close the level. So now if you realize, if we open our main menu, let's go to the main menu. If you press play, we're still gonna have mouse cursor. So how do we fix
Yes.
it? Simply we go to the
Oh.
person map.
Okay. So we go to my map. What did you just do right there?
And I have mouse cursor. So how do we fix this? Is simply we go to the third person map.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
We open the little group.
Well, we need to open blueprints. How may we open blueprints? How may we open blueprints? Blueprints, where are our blueprints? Oh, window, right? Blueprints. Blueprints. Nope. Okay. Yeah.
Blueprint. Okay. And I have mouse cursor. So how do we fix this? Is simply we go to the third person map. We open the
Oh, you're using that thing. Open blueprint class.
little blueprint.
Open level blueprint. Oh my gosh. There it is.
We set input game only. And
Set input. What?
from the game only we pull get player.
Set input mode game only. What? We don't have that. Set input game only.
Controller.
Oh my gosh. Player controller.
And we set show mouse. We need to tick context sensitive. Set show mouse cursor and we
Show mouse. Set show. What? Oh, just set. What?
and we set show mouse. We need to tick context sensitive. Set show.
Why? What does that do? Should the list be filtered to only actors that make sense in the current context? Damn. Damn. Oh yeah. Wow.
Mouse cursor.
That's powerful.
And we connect it to the player controller. And now when we compile,
But this is just gonna hide the mouse. It's not really gonna solve my issue, right?
we go to our main menu. Press play. We have our main menu. We have animation. And if you press play, we don't have cursor anymore.
Okay. Let's hope it solves it. Let's see. I don't think so because he's got rid of the mouse, but not the control itself, right? Damn it. Didn't solve it. What the hell? Oh, but that's what the assistant was saying, right? The fucking in your map day level blueprint on FM begin play on our. Can we open the level blueprint from here though? I don't think so. Nope. Open level blueprint. Here it is. You didn't tell me. Okay. Alright, after the level load, switch input mode back to game only to regain keyboard input. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 We did that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It actually gave us the thing about it's like I said, without pictures or videos showing it, it's really hard to identify where certain things can be from. Though I could have asked, where is this? I really wanted to know. You know, I'm lost. Help me with this step. Let's see. I'm lost. Help me with this step. Guess what does it? But like, I don't know now what to do. So you use enhance input. You must add your map and consistent to the local place subsystem. Wait. From get player control. Get local player. So like this? Blueprint no recipe. Yeah, like this. Because this one, get player controller, and then it's going out to here, here, and here. Just going down that one. Okay, yeah. So get local player, get local player from player controller, get local player. Mm, oh my gosh. That one, right? Control ID. Get local player. Oh my gosh. Local player. Get local player controller. Wanna guess this one? I don't think so. Nope, not that one. Oh gosh, from player controller. Which player controller? Our player controller. Yeah, that's what we're trying to call, right? Get local player. Um, from player controller. From platform. From ID, right? Okay. Yeah. There. Explain it. Get player controller. Go ahead and begin play. Input game only. Mm-hmm. Import and then get player controller. Drag from get player controller output get local player controller. Get local player controller ID. They're only controllers though. unless it's self return. So that's not gonna work either. Connect. You know what? No. Go. Okay. Get workout player. Oh my gosh. It's not working though. Maybe you skip that step. Get player. Wait, what? Get player controller. What? Get workout. Get player controller. Search. Get workout player. Get look player node. Get look player node. Get look player. Get workout player. Get player controller. Hmm. Could you just like add a new one from here? Oh no 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 no! Because we then would apply another one of these, right? But for that, we just get that one. Enhanced input local player subsystem. Oh my god! What the heck? Input. Select your. Let me see. What's the input? A second. What? Oh yeah. Drag from Mm, mm, oh boy. Hmm. Mm, mm, mm. No. Okay. What is the problem? Get play controller. Upload the right shape mouse course. Get play controller. Yep. Jump. Get logo play. Drop from get play controller. Output. Get logo play. Get play controller. Uh, I only get. There's a problem. I am only getting variants of get lookup player controller. Player controller. G get player does not appear. Good. Hmm. Okay. Let's try this. Like this. Yeah. So, and then begin play. Yeah. Okay. No. There it is. Right click. Promote. Nope. I gotta go to bed, dude. Super tired. Gosh. Okay. But like, why is this not working? I just cannot play it though. Okay. Local player subsystems. So then we need it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. See some documentation. Oh gosh. Mm. Is anyone else dealing with the same problem? Does it seem like it?
Hey everyone, welcome into a new tutorial. Today we are going to be checking out main menu systems options.
What now?
There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to go over here. We're going to show how to create this main menu or the start menu, along with options to change the screen mode, full screen, window, borderless,
Yes.
resolution settings so that you can choose any resolution that your monitor supports, graphics quality, so this is just like an overall graphics quality option here. And then we're also going to create a pause menu that you can pause the game and get access to all of these as well. And go back to our main menu here. So there's a lot that we're going to go into, but we're also not going to go into everything because there is just so much to go into for menu systems and working with UI in general. So I'm going to show you how to create this stuff on here, and from there you should be able to go through and add any other options that you want. I may also do a part 2 to this if people really want that. Please let me know. If there's any specific options that you want, I'll do my best to try and get those worked in and show you how to do them. And also, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the amazing support. We are at like 6,500 subscribers, I think, which is just insane. I cannot believe it. And I just want to thank you guys so much for the support. Also, if you want to support me further, you can check out the links below. I've got a Patreon, sell a bunch of assets on Fab, all of that stuff. So you can check out. All right, guys, so here we are in just a blank first-person template project that I created. You can, of course, do this in first-person, third-person template. Ideally, you would probably want to do this in your own project or game. And what we're going to do is create a separate level specifically for the menu, and we're going to have an environment in that level that's going to be the background for our main menu. So this is just a way to do this. There's multiple ways to create main menus, but I think it's kind of fun to have an actual environment in the background. So for the environments, I'm going to use the horror basement environment that I created. And I'll leave a link to this below if you want to check out how to get this through Fab. I will also, so on my Patreon, I make the project files available at a certain tier. So I'll just include this entire project in that as well. So if you want to support me and just get this entire asset pack plus the main menu that I'm going to make, you can do it that way as well, but absolutely no pressure to do that. So let's go ahead and do a couple of things here. I've created just a My Content folder just to store some stuff, and I imported a couple of different sounds. So I've got just like a menu clip here, and then I've got a kind of spooky sounding theme that I'm going to run in the background, and I just set this to loop. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Let's actually, let's just go ahead and load this environment. Now, what I want to do is, I could just use this map as the main menu, but we really only need like one camera angle, and so it doesn't really make sense to have all of these other assets in the level. So I'm going to just find the angle that I like. I think something kind of like this is nice, right? And I like how it's kind of dark over here, so we'll have our text over here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, instead of like recreating all of this, I can just copy all of this. So I can just hold Control and Alt and then select everything within the view here. And actually, let me do that again so that I get all of this here.
Could you just take a picture?
The fog. Let's see. Let's also get the post-process volume. I am going to just in here. We've got post-process volumes already set up and everything. Now we are good to. You can do this in level blueprints. You can also do, I think, something kind of like that. Pretty good. Okay. And then just to make sure that this is lined up perfectly straight up and down, I'm going to.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. What he's doing.
Right. So now
it's trying to like.
Down, and I'm going to eject that.
Use the main menu from there.
Is we need to actually basically tell the project to use that camera when we hit play, because if I hit play right now, I'm just in this level and just walking around, and that's obviously not what we want to do. So let's go into the level blueprints and set up some stuff here. Now, you can do this in level blueprints. You can also do this in, some people I think do it in the game instance. Might even do it in like a controller. Some people do it in a widget. Again, there's multiple ways to do this. This is just the way that I've done it before. There may be a better way to do it, but this is what works for me or has worked in the past. So this is how I set it up here. So,
gosh, dude, I'm gonna go to bed. Let's at least compile it, right? Now, you know what? We're really close. We are really close. Where? I'm gonna try and do it myself. Can you go back, please? Thank you very much. Hold on. So from here, we need get enhanced import local place subsystem. This is what we needed. Juniper here. Good. Good. Add mapping context. Add mapping context. Priority 0. What is going on? Let's go to the previous one. This one's really good though. Can local play, wait a second. Add event. Get player controller. Drag from event begin play, search. Get player controller. Get player controller, upward drag, setting menu. Connected. Upward drag, node, connected. Yes, good. But then you told me connected and check. Yes, good. Okay, local player. get local player. Drag from get player controller output, get local player. Connect. Get enhance input local player subsystem. See, that's the problem. That is not happening, and that's confused us. We skip this step, and we are doing this straight. There's a connection to enhance input player subsystem, and from there we add mapping context. Drag from get enhance mapping context node. In mapping context input, I'm gonna guess this one. Select your IMC platform asset from your content browser or drag it in. Okay. Set priority value to 0 or your desired priority. That's it. We need no more connections. No way, that's it. Let's pack it just then. Is that all we need? It's not all we need. We need certain now. Oh, with a little brightness. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Let's give a little bit of feedback, alright? So, awesome. Thank you. At the end, this is what help and solve the problem. Previous from the previous message. Very helpful. Understandable. But this section did not work as when I search for get local player, I only got 4 options named get local player controller, blah blah blah. Instead, I did this and it worked. From there, I followed the steps, the remaining steps, and the project worked wonderfully. Thank you. Dude. And now we need to ask the assistant to help us program the um, settings section of the project. I don't know how to use the actual YouTube video for that part though. Let's see our catalog. My main menu has the buttons play, settings, and exit. Play and exit working, but when I click settings, I have not developed the window to edit the brightness. Just do that setting for now, dude, because gosh, I'm tired. It's actually this is
The first thing that I want to do is play the sounds. So play sound into the options. So we'll need to do something for that.
mm-hmm,
So let's go back to main menu. Let's go into the graph,
mm-hmm,
and we can delete the tick and the event construct, and we're going to use the pre-construct for a couple of things here.
mm-hmm.
The first thing that I want to do, the pre-construct is kind of like the construction script in a regular blueprint. If you've used that before, it's essentially going to whatever event you have on here is going to run before you begin play. So we can do things like make things
Tap on your main menu.
hidden before we actually start the game, and they'll actually be updated in real time here. So this will make more sense when we actually get this going. So let's go ahead and just get the back button because we want to set that to be not visible right away. So I'm going to do set visibility like so, and that's going to be hidden. And then when we click on the options, let me think this through here. When we click on options, we went back to be visible. So let's find the options.
Well, this is annoying.
Let's just copy and paste this. We want to basically do the opposite. So set this to be visible. Okay. And then when we hit back or click back, we want to set this to be hidden again.
So what are you doing though? Is this guy programming right now?
And we're going to use the pre-construct for a couple of things here. The first thing that I want to do, the pre-construct is kind of like the construction script in a regular blueprint. If you've used that before, it's essentially going to, whatever event you have on here is going to run before you begin play. So we can do things like make things visible or hidden before we actually start the game, and they'll actually be updated in real time here. So this will make more sense when we actually get this going. So let's go ahead and just get the back button because we want to set that to be not visible right away. So I'm going to do set visibility like so, and that's going to be hidden. And then when we click on the options, let me think this through here. When we click on options, we went back to be visible. So let's find the options, and on clicked, let's just copy and paste this.
Oh, okay.
So set this to be visible.
Damn.
And then when we hit back or click back, we want to set this to be hidden again. So on clicked, let's just copy and paste again. And if this is confusing, just don't worry because it's going to make sense here in a second. So this is going to be hidden when we hit back.
No, I get it.
So let's just go ahead and test it out. We hit play. Okay, so we don't see back, but now if I hit options, back is showing. And if I hit back, then it goes away. So that's good. Okay. Let's now do start and quit because those are really easy. Get those out of the way. For start, we're going to do on clicks. We want to essentially just open whatever your first level in your game is going to be. For us, it's just going to be that test map. I'm just going to do, let's see, open level. So you can do open level by name or you can do object reference. Either one of those is fine. I like to do object reference because if you do open level by name, then you need to type the name of your level in here and it needs to be exact. So if it has uppercase or underscores or anything like that, you need to make sure that you type in there exactly how it is. And with open level by object reference, it's just way easier because you just get a drop down box and you can literally just click whatever level you want. So that's
why didn't you do that before? What the heck?
The other one is quit. That one is very simple as well. We just want to drag out and type quit.
Yeah. So this dude, where would the event graph be in this freaking stuff?
that's what I want. So fill and
So we need a back button. Okay. Do you even add that one?
so it's kind of weird the way that works. There's maybe a better way to do that. Again,
Of
I'm not
course.
super good with widgets, but hey, it looks right here, so we'll go with it. All right, so we're gonna get a couple more. Let's Control V to paste another one. Let's have maybe a load game. Now, I'm not actually going to show you how to set up a save and load system in this video. I will go into that in a later episode,
Oh,
but
damn.
this is probably going to be long enough just working on this menu. So we're going to just try and keep this simple and just kind of leave room for expanding when we want to. And then let's do another one. Let's call this one quit.
Mm-hmm.
Just quit the game. Okay. Okay. All right, so I think that should be good. Now, one other thing that I want to do, I want to add another button down here that's going to be a back button. And this will be a button for like when we go into options, then we'll need a way to go back to go to kind of like the main menu. So I'm going to get another vertical box and I'm going to add it onto this vertical box. And this is going to be vertical box back button. And then we should just give it a paste again into this. So Control V, and then we have another button, which this is going to be button back, vertical box back button. And then we should just give it a paste again into this. So Control V, and then we have another button, which this is going to be button.
Okay, I actually need to name this ones. And what's the text on the settings? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, fair enough. Oh man. Vale, peso. There we go. And then button settings. Button settings. Button quit. So I'm gonna paste this one. Right. Yeah. And that's right there.
Back, and this will save.
Button back. We're gonna edit this bad boy now. Go on the text.
Back.
Okay.
And what I want to do is, let's see, have this be, actually, the vertical box for the buttons. Let's not do that.
What the ones are the buttons?
Okay.
Okay.
See, yeah, that's what I want. So,
Oh. But that's the virtual box, right? Yeah. Bottom. Nope.
fill, let's not do that. Let me just see. Yeah, that's what I want. So, fill and
What? Fill on bottom. Wow. Okay.
vertical alignment on the bottom, like that. Then that'll put it down here at the very bottom, and we should be good to go there. Okay, so let's go ahead and compile and save. And I think we should be good. Let's just test it out again really quick. Okay. All right, so let's actually get some functionality for these buttons now. Now, one thing that we need to do is we don't want the back button to be visible by default. So we need to think about that. We really only want that to show up when we go into the options. So we'll need to do something for that. All right, so let's go back to main menu. Let's go into the graph. And we can delete the tick and the event construct. And we're going to use the pre-construct for a couple of things here. The first thing that I want to do, the pre.
Oh my gosh. Hmm. 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 This is not working. Da 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 da. 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 Da 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 da. Sure. Some fun. Some good. Da 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 da. But this, we're editing the button. Okay. Yeah. But like, transform. This is it. Why can I use the Shilulu? Damn it. Wait, unless select all of this, right? Going down. I don't know what's going on. Hmm. Like, why can't we move these buttons freely, for example? Well, because it's gonna mess everything up, yeah, sure. And it'd be really hard to like file them properly. But like, also, why do we have this virtual? And wait, what? This virtual. Oh my. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Done. Awesome, I love it. Now let's try and correct this part, which means we'll have to do what exactly? How you get there?
pre-construct
Too much hours. What the heck?
and
You do what?
we can delete the tick and the event construct, and we're going to use the pre-construct for a couple of things here. The first thing that I want to do, the pre-construct is kind of like the construction script in a regular blueprint. If you've used that before, it's essentially going to, whatever event you have on here is going to run before you begin play. So we can do things like make things visible or hidden before we actually start the game, and they'll actually be updated in real time here. So this will make more sense when we actually get this going. So let's go ahead and just get the back button, because we want to set that to be not visible right away. So I'm going to do set visibility.
Wait. I need to bring. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These buttons. Make them one variable. There we go.
Like so, and that's going to be hidden. And then when we
And put them back. For real? Yeah, sure. Set visibility. Okay.
click on the options, let me think this through here. When we click on options, we went back to be visible. So let's find the options, and on clicked, let's just copy and paste this. We want to basically do the opposite. So set this to be visible. Okay. And then when we hit back or click back, we want to set this to be hidden again. So on clicked, let's just copy and paste again. And if this is confusing, just don't worry, because it's going to make sense here in a second. So this is going to be hidden when we hit back. And I think that should be good. So let's just go ahead and test it out. We hit play. Okay, so we don't see back. Let's just copy and paste this. We
Oh, that's the button.
want to base visibility, like so. And it's going to be hidden. And then when we click on the options, let me think this through here. When we click on options, we went back to be visible. So let's find the options, and on clicked,
Oh, okay.
let's just copy and paste this. We want to basically
Yeah.
do the opposite. So set this to be visible. Okay. And then when we hit back or click back, we want to set this to be hidden again. So on clicked, let's just copy and paste again. And if this is confusing, just don't worry, because it's going to make sense here in a second. So this is going to be hidden when we hit back. And clicked, let's just do the opposite. And options, let me think this through here. When we click on options, we went back to be visible. So let's find the options, and on clicked, let's just copy and paste this. We want to basically do the opposite. So set this to be visible. Okay. And then when we hit back or click back, we want to set this to be hidden again. So on clicked, let's just copy and paste again. And if this is confusing, just don't worry, because it's going to make sense here in a second. So this is going to be hidden when we hit back. and I think that should be good. So let's just go ahead and test it out. We hit play. Okay, so we don't see back, but now if I hit options, back is showing, and if I hit back,
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Oh,
that's good. Okay,
oh my
let's now
gosh.
do start and quit because those are really easy.
We're done.
Get those out of the way. For
Yep.
start, we're going to do on clicked. We want to essentially just open whatever your first level in your game is going to be. For us, it's just going to be that test map. I'm just going to do,
Open
let's see, open
level by
open
object.
level by name, or you can do object reference. Either one of those is fine. I like to do object reference because, and with open level, I'm going to go with it and play. If we hit start, then it loads up in the level. I just want to look. Okay, yeah, so there is something that you need to do. Let me see something here. Let's go to this really quick. I just want to look. Okay, yeah, so there is something that you need to do here. I forgot that I'd set this up earlier when I was testing things because you're probably going to run into an issue. So if we go back to our main menu, play, then start, I'm not able to move around. That's because we
Yes.
set the
Where was the tutorial, dude? What the hell?
we set the input mode to be UI only, and that's basically blocking us from doing any kind of game movements or anything like that. So we need to go to our first-person map or whatever your level is going to be, and in your level blueprint, you need to on begin play. You need to get first of all, get your player controller, and then drag out of that and type set input mode game only. Okay, and then you should be good to go. So let's just try that out one more time. Main menu, play. Okay, that's good. Start, and we're in our level. Everything is working. Okay, let's go back to main menu and back to our widget. So I think everything is good there. Let's go back to the designer and let's kind of talk about where we're going to go from here. The next thing that we're going to want to do is add our options. So these are going to be like our full screen, windowed mode, borderless options, resolution, quality settings, those kind of things. Now, the way that I'm going to do it, again, there's a bunch of multiple ways to do this, but I think an easier way is to kind of help us keep some of this organized, is to create a separate widget, and then we can just load that widget inside of here, and it's going to keep things a little bit more organized because when we create the options widget, it's going to get really kind of crazy with the amount of stuff that we're going to have in there. So we're going to do another widget, user widget. This is going to be underscore w underscore options menu. Let's open that up, and we're going to get a canvas. What I want to do is add our options. So these are going to be like our full screen, windowed mode, borderless options, resolution, quality settings, those kind of things. Now, the way that I'm going to do it, again, there's a bunch of multiple ways to do this, but I think an easier way is to kind of help us keep some of this organized, is to create a separate widget, and then we can just load that widget inside of here, and it's going to keep things a little bit more organized because when we create the options widget, it's going to get really kind of crazy with the amount of stuff that we're going to have in there. So we're going to do another widget, user widget. This is going to be underscore w underscore options menu. So
Oh boy.
really kind of crazy with the amount of stuff that we're going to have in there. So we're going to do another widget, user widget. This is going to be underscore w underscore options menu. Let's open that up, and we're going to get a canvas panel, and then I'm going to get a border. Okay, and the border is going to be full screen, 0, 0, 0 on all of the offsets, so it's filling up the entire screen. And then under our brush settings in the okay, and the border is going to be full screen. 0, 0. Okay, and the border is
Oh
going to be full
gosh.
screen. 0, 0.
Oh, okay.
0, 0 on all of the offsets, so it's filling up the entire screen. And then under our brush settings,
No brush settings. Okay, you know, change transparency.
I'm going to make this invisible like that.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Okay, and then I'm going to get a
Oh, okay.
vertical box. And drag that onto the border. And for our vertical box, let's see. Let's make this all 0, but maybe on the right side, I'm going to offset it, or let's see, left side actually. I want to offset this just a little bit, maybe like 50, because back in here, we're going to essentially we're going to load that widget inside of this area right here, and I want to just kind of give a little bit of space, maybe even a little bit more. Let's do like 100.
Hmm.
I think that'll be good. Okay, so compile and save. And then the first thing that I'm going to put in here is going to be our screen mode. So this will be how we change it from like full screen, borderless, windowed, like that. And for that, I'm going to use a horizontal box. Okay, and let's go ahead and name this horizontal box screen mode. And then inside of that, we're going to get a text. And for our text, this will just be called screen mode. Is screen mode one word or two words? I think it's two, right? I don't actually know. And then I'm going to set this to be horizontal box screen mode. And then inside of that, we're going to get a text. And for our text, this will just be called screen mode. Is screen mode one word or two words? I think it's two, right? I don't actually know. And then I'm going to set this to be centered vertically. Fill on this side, or fill horizontal is fine. Center vertically. And then we're going to get another horizontal box. This is going to go inside of this horizontal box. And this one we will set to fill. Actually, let's see. Do we want to fill that? Yeah. So let's fill this. Okay. Let's test that out. Okay. So obviously this looks awful. We're going to fix all of this. Don't worry. I think this is good. I just wanted to make sure that this was loading in, which it is. All right. We need to, let's see. What do we want to do first? Actually, let's do this first. We went to on play. We want to have this hidden, or let's see. Actually, this hidden, the menu. So it's already a variable. So let's go to the graph. And on pre-construct, we're going to here, it'll be like low, medium, high, ultra, or something like that. Technically, Unreal Engine has 5 scalability options. If you go here, and if you look under scalability, we have low, medium, high, epic, and cinematic. I wouldn't recommend an option to choose cinematic, though, because this is going to be like really, really high graphics-wise. And to be honest, it's not really a huge difference between epic and cinematic. You totally can, but epic is going to be perfectly fine for most things. And it's one of those things that, like, if you give the option to choose cinematic, then probably a lot of people are going to that's going to be our horizontal box graphics buttons. And we'll set this to fill, and then we'll get buttons, which we can copy those. So copy and make sure I'm on the right thing, paste, okay. And we want to paste fill, okay. And then we're going to, I want to do basically the same options that we had for our button here. So I think on normal, I had this be completely invisible. And then on hovered, we had 0.1. Well, we can actually just search for our widget here. Option. We want to, on play, we want to have this hidden, or let's see, actually this hidden, the menu. So it's already a variable, so let's go to the graph. And on pre-construct, we're going to, let's see, get the reference to it right here, and set visibility to be hidden. Okay, and now when we click options, we want this to be visible. So let's copy and paste this to be visible. Okay, and then when we click back, we can click on these things, apply. Obviously, these don't do anything yet, but now if we hit back, then we go back to our main menu without that, and we're good to go. Okay, this is good. We're getting there. I know it's a lot. Yeah, just hang with me. We'll get through all of this. Let's see, what do we want to do first? Let's go ahead and add in some other things here. So again, I'm not going to show you how to go through everything, but I want to show you how to do the main things. Let's do resolution. I think that's an important one. So we're going to, let's see. Yeah, we're going to want to do another horizontal box like this, and it's going to go right in between these two. So we'll get horizontal box, and it's going to go in our vertical box. And if we set it to, let's see. It's so annoying how it loses focus like that. All right, we want to fill, and then the order is kind of messed up here. We want it to go right underneath the screen mode, so we need to drag it up to right there, I think. No.
Oh boy.
There we go. Okay, it's kind of hard to get that, but you can see, like, they kind of show you over here where it's going to go. So again, this is very tedious. All right, that should be good. So this is going to be resolution. So we can actually probably just copy this, and that's going to go in there. And let's also name our box so we don't get too confused. This is going to be we're going to do something called a combo box string. And we're going to drop that onto the horizontal box resolution. Okay. And then we're going to set this to fill. That will, again, kind of do what we did here, where it's basically splitting this up in half. And what a combo box is, it's a drop-down box. And so this will let us get all of the available resolutions that our screen or our computer can do, and give us a way to select all of those. Okay. Okay. we're going to set this to fill. That will, again, kind of do what we did here, where it's basically splitting this up in half. And what a combo box is, it's a drop-down box. And so this will let us get all of the available resolutions that our screen or our computer can do and give us a way to select all of those. Okay, now let's get one more in here, one more horizontal box. Let's see if I can just copy and paste this. And then I'm going to move this up. The horizontal box resolution. Okay. And fill, I think that's good. Okay. Now we need, we're going to do something called a combo box string. And we're going to drop that onto the horizontal box resolution. Okay. And then we're going to set this to fill. That will, again, kind of do what we did here, where it's basically splitting this up in half. And what a combo box is, it's a drop-down box. And so this will let us get all of the available resolutions that our screen or our computer can do and give, again, kind of do what we did here, where it's now we need, we're going to do something called a combo box string. And we're going to drop that onto the horizontal box resolution. Okay. And then we're going to set this to fill. That will, again, kind of do what we did here, where it's basically splitting this up in half.
Hmm.
And what a combo box is, it's a drop-down box. And so this will let us get all of the available resolutions that our screen or our computer can do and give us a way to select all of those. Okay, now let's get one more in here, one more horizontal box. Let's see if I can just copy and paste this. And then I'm going to move this up. Okay, one more. That did not do it. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be, we'll call this graphics quality. And we'll rename our horizontal box here, graphics quality. Okay, now we're not going to do a combo box here. You could do a combo box for the graphics quality. You could have like a drop down that says, you know, high, medium, low, or something like that. But since we're already doing one here, I'm going to just try to show you guys like as many different ways to do this. So we're just going to delete this, and we'll just have 4 buttons here. That'll be like low, medium, high, ultra, or something like that. Technically, Unreal Engine has 5 scalability options. If you go here, and if you look under scalability, we have low, medium, high, epic, and cinematic. I wouldn't recommend an option to choose cinematic though, because this is going to be like really, really high graphics-wise, and to be honest, it's not really a huge difference. Next one will be is do something for the apply settings. All right, so what we're going to do is create a custom events, and we're going to call this apply settings. And our button that actually says apply settings, we're going to say on clicked, we want to run this event. Apply settings. Okay, and the reason that I'm creating a custom event like this is because we'll have multiple things that we need to apply. So we'll actually go ahead and add a sequence to this as well, because we'll have things like we want to apply the screen resolution, we want to apply the graphic settings, things like that. So I'm just going to move that off to the side for right now. And the next thing that we're going to do is work on the resolution. Let's see, so we need to figure out a way to populate this drop-down box, because right now there's nothing that's happening when we click on that. And we're going to create a custom event for that. And we're going to call that get supported resolutions. Okay, and out of that, we're going to type get supported full screen resolutions here. And what this will do, this is just a built-in function that will return the, we can get into that. Maybe I'll do like an advanced, like a part 2 to this. But again, this is going to be, I think, plenty for this video, at least to get you guys started. So we're just going to go with
Yes, please. Enough.
So let's go ahead and start setting up some stuff. Let's go to our graph, and I'm going to delete the bottom 2 here. We're going to use the pre-construct, but I think the first thing that I want to do is do something for the apply settings. All right, so what we're going to do is create a custom events, and we're going to call this apply settings. And our button that actually says apply settings, we're going to say on clicked, we want to run this event. Apply settings. Okay, and the reason that I'm creating a custom event like this.
Yeah. Yeah, freaking brilliant. Mm. Right. Done.
is because we'll have multiple things that we need to apply. So we'll actually go ahead and add a sequence to this as well, because we'll have things like we want to apply the screen resolution, we want to apply the graphic settings, things like that. So I'm just going to move that off to the side for right now. And the next thing that we're going to do is work on the resolution. Let's see. So we need to create a custom event like this. What I want to do is do something for the apply settings. All right. So what we're going to do is create a custom events, and we're going to call this apply settings.
Mm.
And our button that actually says apply settings, we're going to say on clicked, we want to run this event. Apply settings. Okay, and the reason that I'm creating a custom event like this is because we'll have multiple things that we need to apply. So we'll actually go ahead and okay, and the reason that we're going to say on clicked, we want to run this event. Apply settings. Okay, and the reason that I'm creating a custom event like this.
Right, would I allow the freaking buttons as well? My gosh.
Call this apply settings.
Okay.
And our button that actually says apply settings, we're going to say on clicked, we want to run this event. Apply settings. Okay, and the reason that I'm creating a custom event like this is because we'll have multiple things that we need to apply. So we'll actually go ahead and add a sequence to this as well, because we'll have things like we want to apply the screen resolution, we want to apply the graphic settings, things like that. So I'm just going to move that off to the side for right now. And the next thing that we're going to do is work on the resolution. Let's see. So we need to figure out a way to populate this drop-down box, because right now there's nothing that's happening when we click on that. And we're going to create a custom event for that. And we're going to call that get supported resolutions. Okay, and out of that, we're going to type get supported full screen resolutions here. And what this will do, this is just a built-in function that will return supported resolutions. Okay, and out of that, we're going to type get supported full screen resolutions here. And what this will do, this is just a built-in function that will return the resolutions that our computer can display. So this is really nice because like my display may only be 1080p, but we might give this game to someone that has a 4K display or a 1440p display or maybe a 720p display. And so this will give the supported resolutions that your computer can handle and list those out for us. So out of the resolutions here, we can run a for each loop. And then out of the array elements, we can break that, and then that will give us our X and Y resolution. Okay, now we need to basically get variables for each of these, but they need to be arrays. So we are going to, let's see, out of the array index here, we're going to set array elements. And this is going to get very messy here, so I'm going to try and keep this kind of clean here. Okay, so for X, this is going to go into item.
Oh, how do you do that? Oh my gosh. Oh, damn it. Nope.
We also want to choose size to fit, and out of target array, we're going to promote that to a variable, and that's going to be our, and then we also want to choose size to fit, and out of target array, we're going to promote that to a variable. And that's going to be our selected X resolutions or resolution. then we want to do the same thing to get the y. So out of here, again, we're pulling from the array index. We're going to do set array elements, size to fit. And this will be for the y. So plug that into item there. And then target array will
Oh my gosh.
again, we're pulling from the array index. We're going to do set array elements, size to fit. And this will be for the y. So plug that into item there. And then target array will promote that to a variable that'll be called selected y resolution. Okay, let's try and straighten some of this up. And then target array will promote that to a variable that'll be called selected y resolution. Okay, let's try and straighten some of this up. Let's see. So now what we want to do is let's get our combo box, and we want to add option. And then whatever we type in this string right here is going to be in the drop-down box. What we want to do
Wow.
is let's get our combo box. And we want to add option. And then whatever we type in this string right here is going to be in the drop-down box. And what we can do is we can drag out of here and append. And then we'll be able to plug our x and our y into each of these. But the only thing is we can go ahead and plug x into A. But what we want this to say is
The heck is that?
into each of these. But the only thing is we can go ahead and plug x into A. But what we want this to say is the x resolution times the y resolution. So I'm going to add another pin here. And for B, I'm going to just type capital X. And then for Y, I'll plug that into C. We can go ahead and plug x into A. But what we want this to say is the x resolution times the y resolution. So I'm going to add another pin here. And for B, I'm going to just type capital X. And then for Y, I'll plug that into C. And let's see, that should be good. Again, I know this is very messy. Just be careful when you're plugging all this stuff in. I have accidentally plugged the wrong things in here in the past, and it took me forever to figure out what was going on. So keep that in mind. But this should be good. So now if we run this on pre-construct, get supported resolutions. I only plugged the wrong things in here in the past, and it took me forever to figure out what was going on. So keep that in mind. But this should be good. So now if we run this on pre-construct, get supported solutions. And if we compile, now if we go back to the designer, or actually let's just try and play, test this out here. And this on pre-construct, get supported resolutions. And if we compile, now if we go back to the designer,
Designer.
or actually let's just try and play, test this out here. So what should happen is we should be able to click that drop-down box and actually show our resolutions that we have available. Okay, there we go. So we have all the different types of resolutions from 1024. By 768 up to 1920 by 10.
Oh,
That's good.
crap.
Okay. So let's close that. Oh, another thing that I see here is I think that we forgot to add some padding onto this. Yeah, actually, let's see. So we have 10. We had actually just copy them from here. So copy and see. get the reference to it, right? Stuff you're going to put in here. And okay, and maybe like, let's set that. Okay, so I think on normal, I had this be completely invisible. Place it in the here, and oh, actually, we haven't loaded it in here yet. Okay, so we need to do that. So let's go to the main menu. Okay, so we want to put it in here, and we need, let's see, we need a vertical box, I think. Yeah, vertical. Box, and that's going to go inside of our horizontal box, I think. Let's see. Yeah. All right, and we'll set that to fill.
There we go. Gosh, this thing is annoying. Why don't you go down, man? There we go. Huh. Down. Okay. Huh.
Let's see, we need a vertical box, I think. Yeah, a vertical box, and that's going to go inside of our horizontal box, I think. Let's see. Yeah. All right. And we'll set that to fill, and all of that should be good. And now,
Where's the fill? Mm. I don't know where the fill is. That's the issue. So just by hand.
we can actually just search for our widget here.
No, just put it.
Options menu, and just drop that onto the vertical box.
Whoa.
Horizontal box, I think. Let's see. Yeah. All right, and we'll set that to fill, and all of that should be good. And now we can actually just search for our widget here. Options menu, and then just drop that onto the vertical box. Everything should be good there. But let's see. Actually,
Wow.
it's not. Oh, we need to set it to fill. There we go. Compile and save. Okay, so and then just drop that onto the vertical box. Everything should be good there. But let's see. Actually, it's not. Oh, we need to set it to fill. There we go. Compile and save. Okay, so now let's play. Okay, So obviously this looks awful. We're going to fix all of this, don't worry. I think this is good. I just wanted to make sure that this was loading in, which it is. All right, we need to, let's see, what do we want to do first? Actually, let's do this first. We want to,
No way.
we want to have this hidden, or let's see, actually this hidden, the menu. So it's already a variable, so let's go to the graph. And on pre-construct, we're going to, let's see. Get the reference to it right here and set visibility. To be hidden.
Put it back.
Okay, and now when we click options, we want this to be visible. So let's copy and paste this to be visible.
Mm.
Okay, and then when we click back, we want to set it to be hidden again. Okay, let's test that out before we go any further. So now we've got our main menu, we're loaded up. If we hit options, here comes our options menu. We can click on these things, apply. Obviously these don't do anything yet, but now if we hit back, then we go back to our main menu without that, and we're good to go. Okay.
Wow. Is it working? My way is working. Oh damn. Oh damn. So pitiful.
This is good. We're getting there. I know it's a lot. Just hang with me. We'll get through all of this. Let's see. What do we want to do first? Let's go ahead and add in some other things here. So again, I'm not going to show you how to go through everything, but I want to show you how to do the main things. Let's do a resolution. I think that's an important one. So we're going to, let's see. Yeah, we're going to want to do another horizontal box like this, and it's going to go right in between these two. So we'll get horizontal box. Out of the array elements, we can, so we're just going to go with what we have here. All right, so let's go ahead and start setting up some stuff. Let's go to our graph, and I'm going to delete the bottom two here. We're going to use the pre-construct a for. Okay, let's try and straighten some of this up. Forgot to put one and actually show for B, I'm going to just type capital X, and then for Y, I'll plug that into C. And let's see, that should be good. Again, I know this is very messy. Just be careful when you're plugging all this stuff in. I have accidentally plugged the wrong things in here in the past, and it took me forever to figure out what was going on. So keep that in mind. But this should be good. So now if we run this on pre-construct, get supported resolutions, and if we compile, now if we go back to the designer, or actually let's just try and test this out here. So what should happen is we should be able to click that drop-down box and actually show our, and if we compile, now if we go back to the designer, get supported resolutions,
Mm-hmm.
and if we compile, now if we go back to the designer, or actually let's just try and test this out here. So what should happen is we should be able to click that drop-down box and actually show our resolutions that we have available. Okay, there we go. So we have.
Okay. Let's test it out. Something weird's going on. Oh, bullocks.
All the different types of resolutions from 1024 by 768 up to 1920 by 1080. So that's good. Okay. So let's close that. Oh, another thing that I see here is I think that we forgot to add some padding onto this. Yeah, actually, let's see. So we have 10, we add 10 to this. Let's see if that fixes that. The way that we're going to do that lines up, and it's kind of annoying if they aren't. All right, so I think that is good. Let's go back here. Now, the next thing that we need to do, move this all over. We need to get a way to actually get our current resolution and display it in here, just kind of before we do anything else, because we want to know what our current resolution is, and then we can drop down and select what we want. So the way that we're going to do that is with another custom event, and we're going to call this get current resolution. And we can drag out and type get game user settings. And then from the return value, we can get screen resolution. And then we basically, and we're going to call this get current resolution. And we can drag out and type get game user settings. And then from the return value, we can get screen resolution. And then we basically, we want this and this. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. But instead of add option, we want to set selected option. Okay, and then our append will still plug in there, and we can split to this to get our X and our Y. We can split to this to get our X. Okay, and then our append will still plug in there, and we can split to this. To get our X and our Y. Okay. And then we can run get current resolution right after. And we can split to this to get our X and our Y.
Wow.
Okay. And then we can run get current resolution right after. Compile, and now if we did that right, there we go. So now that's showing our current resolution. Okay. So I think we are good with that. All right, the next thing. And then we can run get current resolution right after. Compile, and now if we did that right, there we go. So now that's showing our current resolution. Okay. So I think we are good with that. All right, the next thing. let's actually go ahead and get our apply setting working. So we need to apply our resolution. And in the pause menu,
Pause.
starts. Okay, so again, we're not gonna have load game in there, but I just put that in there. For future, quit, let's try quit to main menu. Okay, that's good. Options, apply settings, looks good. Let's just hit start, see if that works. Quit. I think we got it, guys. Okay. Option. So one of the problems is we don't know what we selected, right? So we need to, right now, basic option for us, we will plug in bind. So we're gonna uncheck that one and check the other ones. Again, it's not gonna go. So I'm not sure if I'm missing something. Let's just try that really quick. Now, there's some things that I see that are kind of wrong here. We check this out again. The 0, medium is 1, high is 2. It's not equal. Create binding. Control. Usually that would be escape, but in this case, just to make it a little bit easier for us, I'm just going to use the Q key and pause menu, and we'll use that. So out of our player controller.
Oh, this is it.
All right, the first thing that I want to do is I want to get our actual player blueprints. High looks like it brings in a little bit more detail with like the volumetric fog and things like that, and ultra is pretty similar there. Okay, so I think that is good. We are almost there, guys. We still have a little bit to do though, because we need to have a pause screen. So now we're going into the game. This is good, but we don't have a way to bring that menu up in here. All right, so we need to do that now. All right, the first thing that I want to do is I want to get our actual player blueprints. So in that case, that's just the first-person player or first-person character here, and we need to add a way to press a key to open the menu. Usually that would be escape, but in this case, just to make it a little bit easier for us, I'm just going to use the Q key, and I'm not even going to create like a keybind for this. I'm just going to right-click and just type Q keyboard so that we get this. If you're doing this in an actual game, I would recommend to make an actual keybind for it, but this is fine just to kind of test things out here. So when I press Q, which is going to be our pause menu, I want to set game paused. If you're doing usually that would be escape, but in this case, just to make it a little bit easier for us, I'm just going to use the Q key, and I'm not even going to create like a keybind for this. I'm just going to right-click and just type Q keyboard so that we get this. If you're doing this in an actual game, I would recommend to make an actual keybind for it, but this is fine just to kind of test things out here. So when I press Q, which is going to be our pause menu, I want to set game paused. Now you don't have to. I'm going to create like a keybind for this. I'm just going to right-click and just type Q keyboard.
Right.
Key. And I'm not even going to create like a keybind for this. I'm just going to right-click and just type Q keyboard so that we get this. If you're doing this in an actual game, I would recommend to make an actual keybind for it, but this is fine just to kind of test things out here. So when I press Q, which is going to be our pause menu, I want to set game paused. Now you don't have to set your game pause. Some games don't pause when you go into the menu, but in this case, I will have it to be paused here. And then we want to get player controller, and we want to set input mode to UI only. And then we want to get player controller. And we want to set input mode to UI only. Okay, and then we also want to set show a mouse cursor to true. And then we need to create a new widget, which let's go ahead and create that. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to, let me think. Yeah, I think we can just duplicate to get player controller. And we want to set input mode to UI only. Okay, and then we also want to set show a mouse cursor. true. And then we need to create a new widget, which let's go ahead and create that. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to, let me think. Yeah, I think we can just duplicate our main menu, and I'll call this pause menu. And we'll use that. So out of our player controller, creates widgets. And that will be w underscore pause. And we'll use that. So out of our player controller, create creates widgets. And that will be w underscore pause. Okay, and then we want to add that to viewports. Okay, and I don't know if we'll need this. I'm going to also promote this to a variable, just in case we need the variable to the pause menu. So that's going to be
Ay, 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 ay. I should do it.
w underscore pause menu. Okay, and I don't know if we'll need this. I'm going to also promote this to a variable. Just in case we need the variable to the pause menu. So that's going to be w underscore pause menu.
All right. Oh, we're never mind.
Ref. And we'll just hook this up like this. And then we don't need that. Okay. So that should work. Okay. And then we don't need that. That's okay. So that should work. And then we don't need that. Okay. So that should work. Okay, let's test that out really quick. So that should work. Okay, let's test that out really quick. Okay, so now if I press Q, that brings this up. So this is working, but we need a way to like go back, right? Because we don't want to just start and then just restart. So we need to change a couple of things. Let's open up the pause menu. And there's a few things that we can do to make this a little different. So first of all, we don't need start, so we can just delete that. Okay, and then also, let's see, start, we can just delete that. Okay, and instead of having this be back, we could just have this be resume game. So I'm going to change this here to resume game. Having this be back, we could just have this be resume game. So I'm going to change this here to resume game. And then we also don't really want to hide this. So on pre-construct, we can just have this, let's actually just delete this. Because the other thing is we can, yeah, we can just have like all of this show up when we pause the screen. Or when we pause the menu, or when we pause the game. Wow, it's getting late, guys.
No.
That'll be fine. I mean, you can do it however you want. But
Gosh, he said I am.
then we can just have access to this right now, and then we still need to fix. But if we hit start, then we can just have access to this right now, and then we still need to fix that resume game. So the way that we're going to do that, let's get the button for resume game and say on clicked. Oh, we already have. That. Let's see. Yeah, we don't actually need that. We just want to drag out and just type remove from parents. This will get rid of the widget. And then we also need to unpause the game. So set game pause and leave that blank. And then we need to get our player controller and set input mode to game only. And then we also need to
Oh, damn. Convince the best viewers. Oh no.
hide the mouse cursor again. So set show mouse cursor, leave that on false. And we show mouse cursor. Leave that on false. And we should be good with that now. So let's test that out. Play, start. Okay, now when I press Q, now if I press resume game, there we go. So the game is paused. You can see we're in the middle of jumping, resume game. Okay, good. Yep, that looks like that's working. Okay, I guess we don't really need the options menu here. Let's see, quit works. Yeah, so we could just remove the options menu as well, or options button. And one thing that we could do, we could also add like a quit to main menu. So maybe we duplicate the quit here. And let's call this one quit to main menu. And then the text will say quit to main menu. Let's see. Oh yeah, we need to actually, so we don't have this button anymore. And let's see, quit, that's still good. So quit to main menu. We want to load a level here. Load level by object reference. That's not it, hold on. Sorry, open level by object reference. And we want to open the main menu. Okay, so let's try that. Start. Okay, so again, we're not gonna have load game in there, but I just put that in there for future. Quit, let's try quit to main menu. Okay, that's good. Options, apply settings, looks good. Let's just hit start, see if that works. Quit. I think that works. Okay, now order brush color to be, so add something blurs every, you had like a, possibilities are really endless, and there's a lot of things in here that you can look through to use, or you can also create, different elements in Photoshop and things like that. All right, guys, so I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I know this was a lot. I get super overwhelmed with UI and confused a lot of times because it
3 years ago. Damn. Six months, 3 months. Alright, last step.
This video will show you how to package your game.
Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 tutorial. In today's video, what we're going to be going over is how to package and export your game ready to ship right into it. What we're going to want to do first is make sure that we have actually built our game. I don't just mean creating it, I mean the process of actually building it in Engine. So what I'm going to do is let's just add in a light source here so I can show you one thing that we will need to build, and that's the lighting. Let's add in a light here, let's make it super, super bright, and let's also just make it blue. You can see here we now have this light. What I'm going to do is we want to go up to build in the top up here, and this is what I mean by build. We need to build all of these things. Now what you can do is press build all levels. However, what I recommend doing is building the lighting separately first, and then you can build all levels. Or if you want, you can do them all separately, as building at the same time can use up quite a lot of RAM and CPU. So if you don't have a lot for Unreal Engine to use, then you might want to do them separately. What I'm also going to do is go to lighting quality and set the quality level to whatever I want. So for example, production, and then we go to build and build lighting only once again. And you should see in the bottom right, we should get a message saying building. I might not have it, actually might not need building because of what I'm doing. But again, you would have that if you were to do it. So you can press build all levels there, and now it's going to be building all of these different levels we have. So build texture streaming and all this good stuff.
Okay.
Is doing at the bottom right. Now, build all levels doesn't mean every single map in the game. So again, some of the wording is slightly confusing for a beginner. So what you want to do is go into each individual level and then go to build and build all levels. So you can see in this map here, in the open third person map, I would do this. If I had another map, I would do the same thing. Once you have actually built it, we want to go through the project settings. So let's go up into edit and project settings. And what we want to do first is in the description here of your project, you can change anything you want. So you can change the thumbnail.
No. Build. This is it?
Let's add a light here. Let's make it super. What I mean by build, you need to build all of these things. Now what you can do is press build all levels. However, what I recommend doing is building the lighting separately first, and then you can build all levels. Or if you want, you can do them all separately, as building at the same time can use up quite a lot of RAM and CPU. So if you don't have a lot for Unreal Engine to use, then you might want to do them separately. What I'm also going to do is go to lighting quality and set the quality level to whatever I want. So for example, production, and then we go to build and build lighting only once again. And you should see in the bottom right, we should get a message saying building. I might not have it, actually might not need building because of what I'm doing. But again, you would have that if you were to do it. So you can press build all levels there, and now it's going to be building all of these different levels we have. So build texture streaming and all this good stuff you see it's doing at the bottom right. Now build all levels doesn't mean every single map in the game. So again, some of the wording is slightly confusing for a beginner. So what you want to do is go into each individual level and then go to build and build all levels. So you can see in this map here in the overview project settings. So let's go up into edit and project settings. And what we want to do first is in the description here of your project, you can change anything you want. So you can change the thumbnail, the name, and all this stuff. Feel like your policy details and legal, all of this stuff. But this isn't about actually exporting it. So what we're going to do for exporting, if you want to first go to maps and
Yeah.
modes, in here on the game default map, you want to set this to the map you want to load up. Feel like your policy details and legal, all of this stuff. But this isn't about actually exporting it. So what we're going to do exporting, if you want to first go to maps and modes, in here on the game default map, you want to set this to the map you want to load up when you open up your game. So for most people, this will probably be a main menu map. If you don't have that,
Ooh.
one, feel like your policy details and legal, all of this stuff. But this isn't about actually exporting it. So what we're going to do for exporting, if you want to first go to maps and modes, in here on the game default map, you want to set this to the map you want to load up when you open up your game. So for most people, this will probably be a main menu map. If you don't have that, you just want level one, just put that in here. So for example, you can put in any of these, but for me, it's just going to be third person map. Then what we're going to do is go down to packaging, and this is obviously where the brunt of it is going to be, because this is actually the packaging section. So under project here, we have build. What we're going to do is leave that to if project has code or running a local build editor. And the build configuration, we have debug game, development, and shipping are the three main ones we're going to use.
Right.
What you're going to want to do mostly is set it to shipping. This means that you can't use the console. You can put in any of these, but for me, it's just going to be third person map. Then what we're going to do is go down to packaging, and this is obviously where the brunt of it is going to be, because this is actually the packaging section. So under project here, we have
The project, yes.
build. What we're going to do is leave that to if project has code or running a local build editor. And in build configuration, we have debug game, development, and shipping are the three main ones we're going to use. What you're going to want to do mostly is set it to shipping. This means that you can't use the console command, and this is essentially ready to ship, ready to upload to Steam, itch.io, send to your friends, whatever it is. But if you're still kind of just testing out, you want to leave it as development mode. But for the most part, you're going to want shipping. Then what we want to do is tick port distribution, and this is again if you do want this to actually be for distribution. This isn't just a test, so we want to tick that as well there. Then just above this, you can see we have a little advanced tab under the actual packaging section, and we're going to open that, and now we have a lot more options here.
Where?
As well there. Then just above this, you can see we have a little advanced.
Advance below init section daylight. Init section disable project. This one.
Tab under the actual packaging section, and we're going to open that, and now we have a lot more options here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to mess about with too much of this. The majority of it default is perfectly fine. But what we're going to do is essentially make it quicker, easier, more efficient, and a smaller project size as well.
Okay.
So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we scroll down and tick cook only maps.
Ooh.
We're going to tick that, and if we scroll down again, we have well. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we scroll down and tick cook only maps. We're going to tick that, and if we scroll down again, we have list of maps to include in a package build. We're going to add elements, press the three dots, and this is going to open only maps. We're going to tick that. If we
Mm-hmm.
scroll down again, we have list of maps
As to include in packaged.
include in a package build. We can add elements, press the three dots, and this is going to open up the folder for our project, and we can just select the maps that we have. So go to wherever you have it. For example, you might have a maps folder, but for me, it's going to be in third person maps, third person UMap, and you just want the .umap, not the build data.uassets, just the .umap, and I'll open that, and that'll work perfectly. You do that for every single map that you have, so you can add another one there again and do the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, have another. What is this, dude? Um, okay.
If you want to remove one, press arrow and press delete. To do that for every single map you have, again, that means only this is going to open up the folder for our project, and we'll just select the maps that we have. So go to wherever you have it. You might have a maps folder, but for me, it's going to be in third person maps, third person UMap, and you just want the .umap, not the build data.umassets, just the .umap, and I'll open that, and that will work perfectly. You do that for every single map that you have. So you can add another one there again and do the same thing. If you want to remove one, press arrow and press delete. To do that for every single map you have, and again, that means only these specific maps are included, which will save a lot of time and storage. Another good trick is you can click on the directory to never cook, add an element there, and you can select the folder that you don't want to include in the package build. Now with this, make sure that you're actually not using anything in that folder, but this is very, very good if you've got some redundant folders in your project that you don't want to include because they could be several gigabytes worth of stuff that you just don't need. So you can add
Yeah. Good.
them in there. I don't have any, but again, what you can do is just select the folder like so. And it's easy as that. Obviously, I do need that mannequin character, but if you don't need it, you can choose not to include it. And with the specific movies to package, if you do have movies in your game, you're going to want to make sure you include those in there as well. But other than that, that is everything that you need to do under the packaging section. What we're going to go to next is we're going to go underneath this to supported platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Tick any that you want. You can leave it on all platforms if you want. But for me, I'm just going to have it on Windows. Set this one if you want, but for me, it's just Windows. Then we're going to go to target hardware, and this is what you've set up when you first made your project. So just make sure this is still the same. For me, it's desktop and maximum. But if you change, then we're going to go to target hardware, and
Yeah.
this is what you've set up when you first made your project. So just make sure this is still the same. For me, it's desktop and maximum. But if you change, then you can change it in here. Then we're going to scroll all the way down until we have platform. So just make sure this is still the same. For me, it's desktop and maximum. But if you change, then you can change it in here. Then we're going to scroll all the way down until we have platforms down here, and you'll go through all of these for the ones that you actually just ticked. So for me, I'm only using Windows, so I'm going to set that up. But if you're doing Android, so we have platforms down. Sure, this is still the same. For me, it's desktop and maximum. But if you change, then you can change it in here. Then we're going to scroll all the way down until we
My gosh.
have platforms down here, and you'll go through all of these for the ones that you actually just ticked. So for me, I'm only using Windows, so I'm going to set that up. But if you're doing Android as well, and iOS and Linux and Mac, set all of these up for what you need, because this is specific for each platform. So I'm just going to quickly go through Windows because they're all very, very similar. Because all of this we can kind of keep as default settings. All I'm going to change, or what I'm not going to change, what I'm going to tell you to change, is this iconography and the branding here. So you've got the editor splash, which you don't worry about, but the game splash is this basically when you're opening up the engine, you see you have this screen come up here. That is what you'll have when you're loading up your ship game as well. So you can change that here to whatever that you want. And the same icon obviously appears at the bottom of your screen on the taskbar and on your homepage and all that stuff. This is this icon here. Now if you hover over them, you can see dimensions is 720 by 370 for the splash and 256 by 256 for the icon. And for the icon as well, you're going to want to make sure this is a .ico file, and I'll leave a link in the description down below to an online converter where you can just upload a PNG and it'll convert it into an ICO file. And that is all the settings done. It's just some nice basic ones. The majority of the time, the default stuff is perfectly fine. What we've gone through is just making sure it packages a lot more efficiently and quickly. So once we've done that, we can close this and now go to actually packaging our game. So to do that, what we can do is go up to platforms at the top here, and then go down to the platform you want.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
For me, it's Windows, and then I will package. So to do that, what we can do is go up to platforms at the top here.
I don't have that. What's the icon? Platforms. Okay, let's see. Platforms. Okay.
And then go down to the platform you want. For me, it's Windows, and then I will package projects. Everything else you can leave.
Platforms. Quick launch. Windows. Share default. Package. Windows. What?
Is go up to platforms at the top here. And then go down to the platform you want. For me, it's Windows, and then I will package projects. Everything else you can leave as default, but you can change the binary configuration here as well if you wanted, but we're leaving it as a project settings. And we're going to just click package project. We'll choose where we want to package this. I'm just going to put it in this Unreal Projects folder here. Select folder, and you can see it is now starting to package. Now, if you heard that noise there in the background as well, that means it is packaging, and then you'll hear another noise.
Okay. Platforms. which is the one we want. Croc Windows package project package package for Windows project. It's loading. Are we doing it?
When it finishes,
I don't know what's going on.
minimize this and do something else. However, I recommend
I
doing
really.
this, doing what it wants. I'll go back to that in a second, but you can leave this doing what it needs to do, as it will need to use up a lot of RAM, a lot of CPU. Obviously, the larger project, the more it is going to use. You heard there, patching failed. You can see it's failed down here as well. So we'll press show output log and have a look at why that has happened. And we have error unknown cook failure. Now, if I remember correctly, I assumed they would have fixed this by now, but maybe not. In version 5, the Fab Marketplace plugin breaks the patching project. I assume they'd have fixed this, although now the latest version, but they might not have. So let's go into edit plugins. We'll search for Fab, and we'll just disable this plugin and restart and get back to you. We'll see if that fixes it.
Ooh.
Go back in, and
How did it get now? Ha!
package contents, select folder, and it's now packaging once again. You can press show output log as well while it's doing this. Have a look and see what it's doing. Again, this can take some time. Typically, the first time you're patching is the longest, and any time after that, it's significantly quicker. However, again, the first time could be a while, and again, obviously, the larger the project, the longer it's going to take. So
Okay.
you're just allowing your PC the time to use up the RAM and CPU.
Gosh, dude, I'm so tired. What time is it? 7 a.m.
Make sure those are closed. I'll get back to you.
Hoorah.
It seems to have got further than it has last time, but I believe the issue was that Fab plugin, which is quite annoying that that's still an issue. I'm not sure why it is, but there you go. If you're having issues in UE5, that is probably what it is. And there you go, you can see it's now completed packaging. It took 3 minutes for me for the first time. So again, the issue was the Fab plugin closed. I'll get back to you once this one has finished, but it seems to have got further now.
What is this? So, are we done?
As last time, so I believe the issue was that Fab plugin, which is quite annoying that that's still an issue. I'm not sure why it is, but there you go. If you're having issues in UE5, that is probably what it is. And there you go, you can see it's now completed packaging. It took 3 minutes for me for the first time. So again, the issue was the Fab plugin. I assume that would have been fixed now, but again, apparently. So once we've done that, we can close this and now go to actually packaging our game. So to do that, what we can do is go up to platforms at the top here, and then go down to the platform you want. For me,
Let's see. Hmm. Day one, new project. Question: is this the game itself, or let's copy this, throw in the downloads, and test it. Right, right. Well, let's test it. I should have closed Realme. I think this is it.
is Windows, and then
Terminal platforms. So platforms, Windows content, SDK, device management.
I will package projects. Everything else you can leave as
Packages project archive to user selected. This can be used to install and run. Okay, we need that. Project launcher. content. We want this one.
Default, you can change the binary configuration here as well if you wanted, but we're leaving it as a project settings. And we're going to just click package.
Okay, that did not work. This little download that we got. This did not work. And this is still working fine, right? Settings, back, play, remove, queue, nothing, resume, keep moving. Yeah, cool. Now, still need to package this thing.
Project. We'll choose where we want to package this. I'm just going to put it in this Unreal Project folder here.
Okay, why is it different?
Settings, and we're going to just click package project.
Oh.
So to do that, what we can do is go up to platforms at the top here,
Mm-hmm.
and then go down to the platform you want. For me, it's Windows,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will package project.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else you can leave as default, but you can change the binary configuration here as well if you wanted, but we're leaving it as a project settings. And we're going to just click package project. We'll choose where we want to package this. I'm just going to put it in this Unreal Project folder here.
Packaging. Okay. So, platforms, package, $run. This one. This one. We did this one. Oh, why did it do to us? Where was he?
The top here, and then go down to the platform you want. For me, it's Windows.
Mm-hmm.
And then package project.
Mm-hmm.
You can leave it as default, but you can change the binary configuration here as well if you wanted, but we're leaving it as a project settings.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna just click package project.
Unreal projects, packaging. File, open computer directory. Unreal project. Ah. No way. No way. Platforms, package, Windows, project default. Oh.
We'll choose where we want to package this. I'm just going to put it in this Unreal Project folder here. Select folder, and you can see it is now starting to package. If you heard that noise there in the background as well, that means it is packaging, and then you'll hear another noise when it finishes packaging as well. So you could minimize this and do something else. However, I recommend just doing this.
Yeah, no noise though.
Second, but you can leave this doing what it needs to do, as it will need to use up a lot of RAM, a lot of CPU. Obviously, the larger project, the more it is going to use. Assume that would have been fixed now, but again, apparently it isn't, which is quite annoying, but that would be the issue you're having. It's perfectly fine to disable it, just you might want to re-enable it after you finish packaging so you can continue using the plugin. But once it's finished exporting and packaging, what we can do is open up our folder where we exported it to. So mine is in Unreal Projects, and we should see that we have the folder for it. So it will just be by default called Windows, open up and you have packaging.exe, because that's just what my project is.
I am
I can
so sorry.
you should see we have a perfectly functioning game. I mean, I don't have a game, but you see we have the project that we created. You can see perfectly here, we have this project, we've got my light there, which was the only difference I made, but you can see it did work perfectly. We now have a fully functioning game, which I can tab out, and this is an actual game down here, like so. So I think that'll be it for this video, as we've done everything we want to do. What we've done today is we've created a project, we've built it, we have packaged it and exported it, and we can now use it to play our own game, and we can send it to our friends, upload it to itch.io, upload it to Steam, whatever it is that you want to do with it, you can now do as you have a fully functioning packaged game. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please do make sure to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help me and the channel out a lot. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I don't know what's going on. Zip project. Zip file. Save current trace, buff activation. Stored. Opens the store log. Okay. Platforms. File. Favorite. Open. Recent. Save. Import. Export. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh no. I don't know what's going on. It seems Unreal Engine is working because my mouse is bugged. Right? It works fine on this monitor. Why when I move it to an Unreal Engine is barely holding on. Okay. Boom. It's done. I just need to figure out how to package it. Which it seems to change a lot since what? 6 months ago it seems, I guess. Right? I don't know if this is Unreal Engine or it's the monitor. Because it's just on this screen. Yeah, that's really weird. Anyway, I think I might end the stream right now. Been at it till 9:35. I wish you could write it on the Notion though, because this is what time? Since 4. We've been at it 5 hours basically. So yeah, damn, that was insane. Too much time on the freaking single character. That took an hour just doing the first step. And then, yeah. So, and I spent all freaking day trying to make Twitch work. So, yeah. I wanna sleep. I wanna wake up in a few hours, I guess. And yeah, depending on what time I wake up, I guess we'll see whether we continue or not today, unless I'll be tomorrow. We'll do the second step, second day, and on that day we should include some jumping as well. Like, yeah, we should include the jumping and then like improve everything. Maybe to up to a higher quality. Also, does the dude provide? I think this side of the screen is just completely lagged out. Damn, I can't do anything on this side of the screen. I don't know if Unreal Engine is actually working now. It's just stuck on some silly thing. But yeah, and I say if some UI templates are out there, that'll be really great. But yeah, I'm doing. See you in the next.